I used to go viral on TikTok because I had crushes. I have a crush on a guy. But I'm not on TikTok anymore. I'm on favorited app. And you'll never know who it is because I won't tell you. And it doesn't matter because I'll never meet this person in real life. It's just fun. I'm not saying who. But I will tell you what it's like being a streamer and dating. The two worlds are so disconnected, it's sad. It's really sad. If you watch people who do social media for a living, they don't have a dating life unless they start dating people they make content with or people that they live stream with. And that's rare to find unless you're living in like Miami, New York City maybe, and LA maybe. Like unless you're in a major city with lots of other creators, live streamers, and influencers, your dating life is obsolete when you do social media because not a lot of people do social media 100% for a living. Yeah, there's people who promote their businesses on their social media platforms. Maybe they're even a bartender and they promote the drinks they make on their platforms. Unless you start out as a couple on social media, like, ooh, we're going to have a boyfriend-girlfriend page and blow up on social media together. They're going to stay together, by the way, because it's going to be scary to even break up after experiencing internet fame, if you will. The two worlds, dating and being a creator, don't exist. Like, they're so far disconnected. First of all, it makes people uncomfortable who just have like an average life. It makes them uncomfortable when you tell them, I do social media for a living. It just does, because it's like saying, oh, I am a driver for a living and I drive mob bosses around for a living. I make $1,000 per day. Like, it's just an unconventional, off-kilter thing to do when the general population is like blue collar. When you do social media, you're free collar. So the first hurdle would be finding someone who embraces your social media career and enjoys it. And a lot of you watching might have this reaction where you say something along the lines of, well, lots of people watch you. You get millions of views per month. Why don't you just date someone who watches you? Why don't you date a viewer or some nice guy in your chat? That never works. Because most people viewing creators and live streamers are consuming that entertainment. That's their pastime. They're consuming that as entertainment. They're not trying to make real life connections when they're watching a show. You know what I'm saying? They also don't know the real you because your stage presence is different than who you are personally. For example, a lot of people have celeb crushes. I could say I have a crush on Keanu Reeves, but Keanu Reeves' personality is not the same as John Wick or Constantine. A lot of girls swooned over Chad Michael Murray in my generation. Chad Michael Murray's personality is not the same as the lustful young guy he portrayed in a lot of his movies and shows. So, oh, yeah, I don't date the viewers because they don't even know who I am personally. They just know my stage presence. Realistically, you have to just keep your social media presence completely separate from your personal life. And when you try to date, you're not going to find anyone because you're not really in a social setting. A lot of people date the person they went to college with or people they work with or friends of a friend they work with when they're out in a social setting. So when you're a streamer, an influencer, or a creator, you don't really socialize outside of the internet. So like all the connections I know, all the people I've connected with in the realm of social media are other creators, live streamers, and influencers who I've collaborated with, who I've live streamed with. I don't really meet and greet with other creators because we just either make content together or live stream together. But it's fun having crushes. I can't do dating apps. I just have never had success with dating apps. Men don't really know how to communicate in dating apps. It's a dead-end conversation. Hi, hey, how are you? Good, how are you? There's really no chemistry, and men don't really have much of a pursuit. I'm the type of person who likes to be pursued, so if anything, if I were ever most likely to date someone, it would be someone I meet at a show, at a music venue, and most of the time, everyone's there just to watch the show and enjoy the music and listen to the bands. It's not like I hang out at places where there's like cover bands and shit. I'm going to like authentic shows where people make beautiful art and people are there to respect the space and enjoy the art. They're not really there to intermingle and date. And like, I know there's probably places where people go with the intent to meet people to date, and that would probably be like a nightclub where you have hookup culture. That gets messy and dangerous. Not into hookup culture. So to say the least, my dating life is obsolete. I don't see it picking up anytime soon. But there is a crush that I have on a guy who I live stream with, and I'll never say who. But I might give live signals. So if you see me twirling my hair, that's how you know it's him. Now the street to my house is like shut down and I think I'm lost. Okay, I figured out where I am and I'm not lost. I haven't been making long form videos lately, so I thought that while I'm driving home, I would just discuss all of this with you. Thoughts that I'm having in my mind pertaining to romance? Dating? We've got to bring more hot guy live streamers to Favorited app so that it's like nearly impossible for anyone to ever figure out if I have a crush on someone. And I always play with my hair a lot, so no one will even know anyway, because I could be like live streaming with like 20 people in one day, which probably won't happen today. Maybe even like less than 10 people in a day, and I'll swirl my hair unconsciously. No, the crazy thing is there's like lots of hot guys in the city I live in. They're like all over the place. They just like shoot up out of nowhere. But I want to date a guy I can make content with, or at the very least use as a cameraman. So it makes more sense for me to date someone who's also in the creator market, who's on the market. This looks so dystopian. Okay. It looks like I'm just like driving through, I don't know. Anyway, this is way longer than it needed to be. I just felt like yapping on YouTube while I drive home, and I'll keep you up to date. You're probably wondering what my type is though, so I'll just really quickly graze over that. I'm into punk guys with longish hair, and they typically have to be like introverted. I get along best with introverts. I'm a one-on-one person, and it's funny because a lot of like, because I say, oh, I should date someone who's a creator, and I guess to be a creator, you would think that you'd have to be extroverted. That's not true. You have to be a good public speaker to be a good creator. That doesn't relate to being an extrovert. And taller than me, preferably like 5'10" and taller, and older than me. Can't date a guy younger than 34. Has to be vegan. I'm vegan. Like, I can't do it. If I were to like date someone, sure, that's cool. Like, get to know them, but like it would not realistically work out if he's not vegan. I can't live with someone who's not vegan. I think I'm meant for Portland, Oregon. Honestly, I think that's where it ends. I just need to go to Portland. Los Angeles, New York City, maybe Seattle. I don't know if there's a lot of vegans there. And I'm home now, so I'm gonna upload this video and go live on Favorite app, and you guys can figure out who my crush is and use your imagination there. Thanks, bye.